Hi everyone. So welcome to Purple Noon Gallery again for our monthly exhibition. We have something really special. We're running a little bit late this time. It's mostly my fault. I've got a lot going on at the moment. But we have Lucy McEachern's Birds. Lucy is based in regional Victoria. She's regarded as one of Australia's top bronze sculptors of birds. Her works have won awards overseas as well as here in Australia. So we're very lucky. We've had Lucy's work for some number of years now. She normally comes up with a printmaker, and a Victorian printmaker, Vida Pearson. Unfortunately, Vida can't be with us this year, so we've introduced some artists to exhibit with Lucy. The exhibition opens on the 5th and will run through till the end of the month. So I'll just quickly start with some of Lucy's bronzes, just to give you an idea of size. I won't say that they're inexpensive, they're not, but bronze does have a reputation for being more expensive than most other forms of sculpture. This is called Rufus Owl, and he's beautiful. He's in a lovely grey patina colour. My favourites are mother and baby magpies. Now the mother, we've had a lot of questions about this magpie because people think it's stone, but if you listen, it's actually bronze, and they're very heavy, very chunky, just gorgeous. Look at this little fella, he's beautiful. I think he's my favourite, except for the duck down the other end. This one I think is called the pied heron. No, I'm wrong. I don't have the right sheet in front of me, but bit of a mistake. I'll see if I can find the name of this one. This one here though, another really big, beautiful bird, is the half-size Australian black swan. And he is so heavy, I can't pick him up. He could be inside or outside on a plinth, and the plinth would show it up really well in a garden setting. So getting back to that, it's called Lotus Bird, the one that I could. This is another new one of Lucy's. It's the first time we've had it here, and it's called Turbo Chook. And one of the things about Lucy's work is she does encourage you to touch them. They're incredibly tactile. You can't help but touch them. They're beautiful. The patina is beautiful and smooth, and they just have this lovely sheen about them. They really are quite spectacular. This little one here is called the Wagging Pied Stilts. And I think what's so intriguing about these are those very, very fine legs. And of course, there's lots of them here. And of course, the bill just coming right down to the ground. It's a lovely, elegant piece. This one is my favourite, actually. This is called the pink-eared duck. I'm not sure why it's called a pink-eared duck, because I can't even see its ears. Is that why it's called? I'm not sure, but it's a beautiful colour, love it. And of course, a pair of wagtails. I have missed a couple. We have over here on the table our little blue-red, which is we've had this for a while, and we've sold it quite a few times. A beautiful, gorgeous little blue wren, and we think we've got a heron up the other end, and some eagle claws for handles of barn doors. Now I'll very quickly go through the exhibition of paintings that we have. Now these are not paintings, they're Gracius, I'm going to have trouble pronouncing this, Broinowski's beautiful plates, bird plates. They date back to 1890, and it's a very, very special collection of individual plates that we have from his book. Each plate comes with a opposite page with a description of the birds, and they really are quite beautiful. They're very classic. They've been framed with archival framing materials, so there are some foxing marks, not very many. We've got most of ours here without any foxing, but they shouldn't get any more foxing with the really good quality framing materials that have been used. These will be very popular, particularly in that classic setting where a pair like these two here would look absolutely beautiful together. And the frames, of course, are matching on those too. One of the new artists we're introducing to the gallery is Helen Davies. Helen is, I'm not really sure how, she works for a company, or she has a company called Paint Rights, and she looks at texturizing surfaces, and she's done a lot of work right throughout the world and she worked for the ABC for a while too, where she would do props and studio settings and that sort of thing. In her spare time, I don't think she has a lot of it, but in her spare time she does paint, and she's often included in exhibitions around the country. So her works are really lovely. I have a bit of a favourite. I rather like this one here and this one. They just had some, and if you can get up close with the camera, George, you'll see that she's just an expert on texture, and they really do have some interesting textures to them. So if you would like, if you can't get to the exhibition, you would like some extra photos, I can take some for you. And look at this one, orchid finely flowered for the exhibition. This is one of Helen's works. She is one of these lucky people that has a house in the city, but she also has a very beautiful property here at Ebenezer on the river. And I'm fairly sure that these are paintings that are of her property. That one's called Monaro View, and perhaps the property is called Monaro, but we'll have to ask her. Unfortunately, I'm here by myself today. I just couldn't make it. And it's probably better that we just run through this quickly to give everyone an idea of size and proportions of paintings. This is how far behind we are. This one still doesn't have the frame on it, but it will be up on the wall before the opening. Another one of the Monaro Garden, and really this is really quite beautiful. There's something really, really lovely about that painting, the colour and the light. Perhaps the light's not so good in here at the moment, but it really is very, very, it's a lovely little rural setting. This is one of my favourites in the exhibition. It's actually, again, it's called Monaro Rock. So obviously there's a big rock on the property here, but it's actually done on a piece of fence paling. And I just find it fascinating and so intriguing. I would just love to have that sitting on a mantelpiece somewhere. It's just a delight. So that one is going to stay in a stand for the duration of the exhibition. We did include a couple of Vida's paintings, hand-coloured lino cuts. They're very, very beautiful. She does editions of 50, and Lucy and Vida have exhibited together for a number of years here. Probably dates back at least 10, maybe 15 years. They've been coming every couple of years. But I believe Vida is up at Cape York at the moment, travelling around with her partner, getting loads of bird photos of pictures, and they tend to travel quite extensively to get a lot of research material for their work. Another two small paintings by Helen Davies are here. This one, obviously, the garden hose, and this one is, I think this is called Still Life with Fans. This is a very interesting piece by Helen. Again, the texture in it is really quite amazing. I don't know whether there's bits of, it looks like it's a fabric sort of stitched into it, or lace. It's a fascinating piece. Would look really wonderful in a very modern house. I think that's what she's been, has ideas that I think she puts them into houses before houses are sold to sort of decorate the walls, and they look fabulous. Now, Paul Gorgan is our third artist. Paul has been exhibiting here for a year or two now. We first met Paul through the Hawkesbury Art Prize. He's been a finalist virtually every time he enters. In fact, I believe he's a finalist in most art prizes he enters. His works are just a delight. They're generally small, well, usually always small, and I don't see too many of his landscape urban views, but definitely he's always been very, very prolific with his little small still life images. So this one over here are these peonies and roses, but these two are just really, really lovely. This one, Blackheath, I think it's just called Evans Road Lookout Blackheath, And this one from memory is just a road in Mount Victoria. And if you've ever been up that way, they will just be very familiar to you, because it's just that lovely Blue Mountains quiet street scene that is, I find, very appealing anyway. So a couple more of Paul's here. This is a little different. It's like an urban still life. This one I think he called Trees and Houses, and of course his peonies. We have a couple more of the antique plates here framed in a cream and a yellow, and one will finish with the last one here of Vida Pearson's lino cups. This is in amongst the grevilleas. It's been a very popular one with Purple Noon. I'm not sure how many times we've had this in, but it's nearly finished, 42 out of 50 in the edition, and Lucy does finish editions. This one is our heron, and these are just fascinating. If you've got big doors, here are the big handles. I think I made some silly punny joke about could you handle a big handle like this on your door? Something silly like that anyway, but these are magnificent. Very, very nice. Bronze, very heavy, by Lucy McEachern. So I hope you can make the exhibition. We open on Saturday the 5th at 6 p.m. It'll run for 1 month, and then we will start with the Hawkesbury Art Prize after that. So thank you for following me around, and we'll try and get some photos of the artists when they're here. See you next time.